everybody. My name is Kwa and today we're gonna review this book. This book name is George Marvellous Medicine. Illustrated from Quentin Blake and the author is Roald Dahl. Still remember? Okay, here's some character in it. Oh. Wait me. Here was. This is George Cranky. George Cranky. Here was. This is Mr. Kelly Cranky. This is George Grandma. This is Mr. Cranky. Okay, let's get started. George Marvellous Medicine. Okay, let's start it. Once there was a little boy named George with his family. He has his mom, his dad, and his grandma. His grandma is kinda evilly or bad. Grandmas or ladies are always very sweet, but except this one. Except her. I thought something's wrong to her. Oh, nothing. Something is wrong to her. One day she said, no. One day his mom, George's mom, said she's going to shopping, and she said George need to take care of Grandma. Grandma said George need to go where she's sat, and she said grab me a cup of tea, she said. Then George make it, and he also take a spoon too. He also put in some sugar for her. Then she drank. Then she said, if you want to be nicer, you need to stop eating chocolate. And you need to eat cabbages with some slugs or beetles in it. Then George said, "Ooh, yuck! Yuck! Do I need to eat all the slugs?" he said. Then his grandma said, "Once I see a slug on the cabbage, I gobble it up with the leaf of cabbage before it runs away," she said. George ran into the kitchen. He thinks she is a witch. Then he thinks in his head, and he has an idea. He need to have a revenge for her. What he need to make his the medicine he made turn into her medicine. Then he started to take out his giant saucepan. He go up to the bathroom because he started at it. He started to put he started to put the shampoo, the dyes, the hand washer, toothpaste in it. So Grandma would clean her brown teeth. He also put in things that you use to wash, like shampoo, or even a thing that is powdery, like a kind of powdery soap that you always put in with your clothes and the washing machine. Then you put it out, it's all clean and you feel no powder in it. Now, do you know what is it? He put all of it in. Then he started to go into his mommy bedroom. He take out her lipstick and he poured the runny liquid in, and he thought in his head is, the rule would be this: whatever he saw, if it be runny or powdery or gooey, it went in. Now you know. He also put some oil hair or oil pills in it. Then he started to go to the kitchen. He put oils, he put salt, he put sugar, he put even his antifreeze. You know what is antifreeze? Anti means not, and freeze means freeze, like you colder and you cool, colder and colder, and freeze into your eyes. Actually, I not very wanted to be freeze. Mix them together. It is not freeze. Okay. And then he started to go to the garage. Then he see lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of animal pills in it. A bunch of pig pills, a half of a chicken pill, a lot, a half a bucket of a chicken pills, and all the bulls and cows pills, and even a sheep pills in it. Then he started to cook it up. Boiled it. And boiled it up. Boil it up. And then frosting and boiling. And what it color like is color like brilliant blue. A brilliant blue, but in this picture what I saw is it was color of rainbow, and I kind of like the color of it. And then he said it not very look like the color of his grandma medicine. So then when he started to go to the garage, his grandma shout, "Where is my medicine?" She shout. Then he said, when it was 11 o'clock, it was time for you to drink your medicine, he said back. Then he started to go to the garage. he used brown paint. He started to pour half of it in. When he poured, his grandma asked again, shout again. When is my time to drink my medicine? She shouted again. Then George said, it needs to be 10 minutes later, Grandma, he said. When he put in all the paints, half of a bucket paints, he started to mix it up. Now it's all the color. It looked just like Grandma's medicine, he said. Then he started he go back into the kitchen. Then he take her medicine bottle. He pour out all of the medicine into the sink and then clean the bottle. Then he poured the brown thick liquid into it. Then he started to said to Grandma, Grandma, it's 11 o'clock. It's time for you to drink your medicine, he said. Then he come out with her medicine. He poured out the thick brown liquid out of the bottle, a spoonful of it. Then he take it and let Grandma and push that spoon into Grandma's mouth. When she ate, she cried, "Owie!" Then she fly up out of her chair. Then she hold it there. Then she go down back. And then she started to be bigger and bigger and fatter. Then she fat like a balloon. Then her face turned green to purple. Then she grew back and back and back, calmly back, but first as she do. Then she started to grow taller and taller and taller and taller. Then she tall at the ceiling. Then she start to tall as his bedroom, and then she tall as on the roof. She's so tall. Then when Mommy is home. Wait, no. Mommy isn't home yet. Then his grandma said, "I have magic. I can grow tall," she said. Then George said to the brown hen to set it to have one spoon. Then it cried, "Owie!" Then it grew big and big and big and really big. And then George's mom is home. One of her hands is holding a bottle full of milk. Another hand is a bag of groceries. Then she cried, "Oh my, Why the grandma is so tall and our chicken is so big? She cried. Then Grandma yelled, "It was George's magical medicine. He gave me a spoonful of them and then I grow big as this," she yelled. Then the next morning, George's dad had an idea. "George, overnight I can't sleep because I have one thing to tell for you," he said. "Is to make more of a kind of medicine." When George asked why, then he answered, "Because one cow gives 50 buckets of milk. I mean, one giant cow. One giant chicken can lay a big egg that can make thousands of slices to eat. A giant pig can have thousand pieces of pork chop," he said. "Then everyone will be proud of you and call you, and you will be very amazing, and no one will be hungry," he said. Then we start to make the first one. At the first one, they failed because they lost 2 materials. Then the hen's leg grew tall, super tall. It was 6 feet long. Oh my gosh. Okay, the next time when they tried on the chicken, if the chicken neck grew taller and taller, now its neck was 6 feet long. Now it will be gonna look like a chicken giraffe. Or I mean a giraffe chicken. That means a giraffe has a long neck, right? Now that chicken has a long neck. It can eat seed no more. It will eat leaves and fruits like the giraffe do. Funny, right? Then another one, when we tried to the chicken shrink and shrink and shrink into tiny little chicken. Then Grandma shouted to them, "Give me a cup of tea," she shouted loudly. Then instead of tea, they poured the medicine into the tea. Then they poured the tea with the medicine into the cup. Then they held it to Grandma. Grandma drink and drink and drink all of the cup. Then she started to shrink and smaller and smaller to her size. Then she started to smaller and smaller and smaller as a tiny doll. Then Mom held her up. She said, "You're so small," she said. And then later, Grandma to shrink more, smaller and smaller, and as a pumpkin seed, smaller and smaller and smaller. Then she's so small as a virus when she's disappeared. Then his dad, George's dad, said, "Grandma is gone," he cried. Then Mom cried. she's disappearing, she cried. Then that's the end. If you like this book, you could buy it. It even has one big box full of fun books and funny books. It has good book, bad book, blah, blah, blah. If you want anyone, buy it. Bye-bye. Bye.